Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. This is about the Arex Delta Gen 2. Could be Gen 1 too, not sure. But this is for the trigger install and how to. So the original looks like that. You know, it might have sharp corners on it or something, so people didn't like it, so they made a new version. I mean, it's okay. Let's put it that way. Just like your standard Glock, sometimes you put new triggers in there, so be it. So, for this one, let's take it apart. Check that it's clear, no mag, empty. Take the thread protector off. You know, half inch, quarter inch, pull the tabs down, and then you just push forward. You should hear a click, yeah. Put that aside. So let's have a look inside here. So the main goal, because once I start taking this apart, I'm not going to know where it goes. So that's that spring right there, hooks on there, and then your trigger bar laps in there. So first things first, roll the tape and get yourself a punch. Now this is a 1/8 punch. Fits in there pretty well. You can see it kind of just covers the whole thing up. We'll put that in there. It's coming out. Same thing this side. Drive that all the way through. Let's go back to this one. So that's all that and over with now. So let's move that to the side. So yeah, see how that just popped out right away? So we can take this out. We put that aside. We can look at that later. Locking block comes out, along with everything else. There we go. And that's just the frame. So, and that's what everything looks like. It's still connected by that pin right there. So we can just pull that pin out. You can punch it out, whatever you want. And it's all apart. There you go. So that was the original trigger. You can see that it has a track on there for the spring. So same thing. You gotta make sure this little hook here, where did it go? Over here is gonna hook right on there. That's how you know you got it. So, okay, now to put it together, we're just gonna start adding pieces here. So there's your slide stop. We'll line those holes up. We'll start it with the pin. Oh, it's in there, but you know, make sure it doesn't protrude too far. And then we'll put the trigger in there. Move the pin so it catches. There we go. Now the fun part, the spring. So this tab goes forward into this. Here's your locking block. It sits like that, and that should go forward into it. And when the trigger comes up, it'll look like this. So to make life easier, I mean, you can line that spring up first and get it in there. Or I'll just take my punch, kind of start it there, once that gets in there, oops, that didn't quite work. But at least I'll start the pin and the spring there. See how I'm already halfway through the spring. If you can bend the trigger up, you can see that it just goes right over. That's what we want right there. And see how it's kind of not matching. I can come from the back here, move that spring down, push that pin all the way through. We still got our hook engaged. We just gotta finagle. See, it's not lined up. Finagle that pin through. There, that's what it should have done. So I'm still hooked up there. I got that spring down there. That's what the track was for. Whoops. That's what the track was for that part of the spring. And that's it. It's done. It's complete. So, get our frame. What I guess I would probably start doing is maybe just get this started. So it has a track on there, right here, which goes right in there. Yeah, you'll feel it. It'll go in there real nice. But I don't push it in all the way. I leave a little wiggle room in there. And just kind of get everything started. There's little tracks cut out right here for those pins on both sides there. So if your pin's too far on one side, it probably won't fit. So, like I said, it's easier always off camera. So everything's kind of started. Now we got to make sure. Oh, see, now I took that out. I gotta start all over. There we go. That all should just squeeze right in there. I'm sorry. So that's in there. The block isn't all the way down, but it'll just push down. Now you just want to make sure all your holes line up. This hole is a little off center, but if I push it backwards, it'll get lined up. So I'll just hold that back, but I guess I will just shove my punch in there so you know I got resistance. So we're not lined up. I'll start just pounding your pins in there because you will mess it up. There we go. See, it was rocked forward. It was rocked forward instead of back like this. That's what was stopping it. There, so that's straight through and through. We're good there. I can see daylight on that one. So we'll take a pin, preferably the side you weren't already beaten on. Kind of just start it. Now, I mean, it should just go in there. Oh, as soon as I took that out, it moved. See, without too much force, I was able to get that in a little bit with my hand. See, I'm just kind of holding down on this and pushing. Without hitting it super hard, you should be able to at least get that started. So yeah, you see my pins are halfway, so I'm not getting any resistance. Should just go right in there. I mean, if you're beating on it, then you got a problem. Start over. If you want them nice and flush, make sure they're even on both sides. So I can get that. At least so they're recessed, so you know there's somewhat even. I could probably go a little further on that side. There. Close enough. All right, after that, that's it. You're done. Everything's in there. So yeah, you can put your there. Actually, I didn't even need to take that off. Unless you're cleaning it. But so it doesn't make the trigger lighter. It just makes it smoother, less sharp, I guess. I mean, got a nice little wall there. And it breaks. And that nice loud reset. Yep. Boom. So that's your AP trigger install for the Delta. Like I meant earlier, if I didn't know if this would fit in Gen 1 or not. I'm not going to try, but hope you enjoyed.